What is going on, world? It is that time once again of the week, 90 miles from comics. As always, it's me, Chad. And it's just me, because the host, the guest I was supposed to have on with me as I'm going live, I don't know what happened. His internet dropped, and he's been gone for a moment. So I'm hoping Kenny Comic Kid 84, if his internet comes back on, he'll be joining me. But until he is back with me, I'll just be trying to entertain you guys by myself. And this will be kind of weird because I have not done this yet by myself. So I'll be going to the chat for sure tonight, as we got Infamous up in the chat. My brother, what's going on? We got my MCE family, Dark Mufasa up in here. We got Perry Comics joining us. We got Discovery Bay. Yo, bro. We also got Dre Von Doom. What's going on, brother? Yeah, so Kenny was supposed to be here with me. His internet dropped. Now it's just me. I did get some stuff from eBay over the last couple days, you can say. So I'll show you guys what I picked up, man. That's exactly why I am here. So as we all know, there's been a lot of Hulk speculation and stuff like that. So I've been picking up some Hulk stuff. And one of the books my good friend Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson has been speculating on is Incredible Hulk 449, the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. So I was able to find this at a pretty nice price, so I pulled the trigger on it. So it wasn't too bad, you know? So this was the first Hulk book that I picked up off of eBay the last couple of days. I don't know. Are you guys reading Immortal Hulk? Let me know if you guys are reading Immortal Hulk. I've been loving it. I think it's a iconic run in the making. I think we got a legend in the making right now. I know I was watching Perry's stream earlier. He says it's a hot book right now. You should be trying to move them. I think you should try to hold them, because I think down the road that this run, not that because it's still going on, this current run is going to be considered one of the best Hulk runs, I think. I think it's already proven that, because it just continues to go up. And unlike some other books that have been hot in the past, which have kind of simmered down, like for instance Thanos Wins, I love that read. It's a phenomenal read, but that book kind of started to simmer down. It's kind of settled down and it's pretty much stayed at that point. I think Immortal Hulk has not stopped going up, and eventually it will settle down, but I don't think it's even close to that point yet. But that's just my opinion, so we'll see what happens. So thank you guys for joining me as you hear me rant on some Immortal Hulk spec. But anyway, first appearance of Thunderbolts, Incredible Hulk 449. Pretty cool stuff, you know? I dig it. Shout out to my boy Jeff. He's the one that kind of put me on that. So the next thing I got, kind of cool. It was a 2-book lot, and the guy that I got the lot from, he sent in an extra book. I thought that was kind of cool. So no, it's a 3-book lot. Sorry. So, and the book that he gave me was Archie Comics issue number 13. So it was a free, cool little book. Thought it was a nice gesture. But I did pick up 3 books off of him, and the 3 books were Hulk issue 14. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with Red She-Hulk, but it was just part of the lot, so I was just cool with it, because that book is starting to rise in price. I was able to get this lot pretty much for the price of what the book is going for right now. And then I was also able to get 15, the first full appearance of Red She-Hulk, which is a cool book. I was able to flip through it last night. The last page that she shows up on, man, it is a cool spread. And of course, I had to get the first full appearance, was issue 16 with her on the cover, which is a nice book as well. So as we all know, some heavy spec going on with Immortal Hulk. And if you guys read that last issue, it's pretty much confirmed that Hulks don't die. So who knows? We might be seeing her come back. And I did pick up 2 other books. And yes, of course, they're Hulks as well. And that is Hulk number 1, the first appearance of Red Hulk. Because in issue 14, you had that opening page where they're at General Ross's funeral, and I don't think you show that for no reason. So I think you're definitely going to see him. So definitely, if you're not on the lookout for this book, I would tell you be on the lookout. And I was also able to get issue number 2, which is the first appearance of A-Bomb. And as we all know, at the end of issue 15, they go searching for Mr. Jones. And then this was the variant. So this is just a cool, cool cover. So I was able to get these together. And actually, you know, before that other book, because I think this book now, this variant specifically, is starting to rise in price, but this is a cool cover. So yeah, man, these are the Hulk books that I've picked up and added to my collection. Just some specking going on because of Immortal Hulk. Definitely one of my favorite reads. It's between that and Venom. Those are my 2 favorite reads right now, without a doubt. Each time that those 2 books comes out, I'm not sure which one I want to read first. So let me know in the chat, guys. What do you guys like? Do you guys like some Hulk or Venom right now? Or are you reading both? And if you can choose one, which one would you prefer? Anyway, thank you guys again for joining me. We got a couple more people joining us. I'm not sure. The chat is lit right now. You guys are having a good old time in here. You don't even need me, man. I could have just gone live and just sit here. Too funny. Too funny. I don't know, Kenny, if you're out there, you hop in at any time. Help me out here. So I'm not sure if you guys were able to get that variant cover last week. I was able to, luckily. Super. I got both covers. I'm not gonna lie. I even like the normal cover with Doc Samson on it. And just this book overall was just such a great read, man. Such a great read. Yeah, what happened to Kenny? He was in, and I guess his internet dropped out, and I don't know. So I'm just here going solo right now. I've never done this solo. It's kind of weird. I'm just kind of like talking to myself. But in a sense, I'm just talking to you guys who have the chat, but it's on delay. So that's the thing that kind of, you know. But if you guys got any questions, if you guys have anything that you want me to talk about or show off or anything like that, let me know. I'm all about it. I'm all up for suggestions right now. I can tell you guys, Solo Dolo is right, Frank the Tank. What's up, Frank? We got Frank in the building as well. What's going on, man? Oh, we got C. Woodard in the house. Yo, C. Wood. You know what? If you're not doing anything, because I had a guest lined up and he's not here right now, so maybe we can get C. Woodard up in here. All right, so I see Wood. I got to give you some credit, man. I know a lot of the times I guess you have the signature series going on, but man, I don't know how you do this solo, bro. This is a shout out to you, man. I gotta rely on the chat and stuff like that. I don't know if you're busy, Seawood. I can send you a link. I will see if I can do that. If you want to hop on in, brother, I would love to have you on, man. We can talk. We can spec some wrestling. We can talk books, whatever you want, man. I hope Kenny's all right because I was supposed to be joined by Comic Kid 84, but I don't know what happened. He just dropped off. I think something happened with his internet. So it's just me. Frank, talk about Snyder. Oh, Zack Snyder. And yeah, that was awesome. So I don't know if you guys saw that. Oh, there he is. There he is. Yo, you're saying, bro. I don't know how I was doing this solo, man. It's hard. I got to shout out to C. Woodard because he does this all the time. I invited him anyway. So let me send him a link anyway because I'm sure if he's available, C. Wood would be about hopping in. But anyway, bro.
Frank, I'm here. I'm off
yeah, you're here. And finally, bro.
My internet's still down, but I'm able to go off. My phone has its own Wi-Fi situation, so I'm on that. I can't see the chat in the setup, so
it's all right. Well, I have the chat up right now.
Love to the chat.
Oh, love to the chat. You got your boy Kenny. He's finally here, holding it down. So
come back. Yo, hey, did you hear Tony?
Yeah, bro. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. All right, so maybe C. Woodard will join us. I sent him a little link.
Chad, you hear Tony cut that Rock promo?
He cut a Rock promo? Oh, I gotta go peep it, man. No, I did not hear that.
It was in his Bro Talk show, dude. It was so good because I think the Macho Head thing came up, and he was like, "The tone has come back." And he was just like, dude, he fucking killed it. He's doing the eyebrow, the whole shit.
The whole shebang?
Yeah, man, it was beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. Sweet. I gotta go peep that. I did catch the end of that live stream because with him and Jeff on it. And
Yeah.
there's Carson. What's up, bro?
Oh, not much. Just resting in my recliner after a 90-minute solo live stream.
Yeah, bro, I don't know how you do that solo, man. Like
I don't know either sometimes.
I was sitting there fumbling for a moment. I'm like, oh man, this is harder than I thought. I'm like, all right, I can do this, you know? but and the chat is just lit. They're just talking to themselves. I'm like, yeah, guys, help me out here. They're like, yeah, bro, what's going on? How are you? You know, laughing among themselves. But shout out to everyone joining me in the chat, man. You guys are awesome. And thank you, C. Wood, for joining us. You're awesome.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for shooting the invite. How you guys doing tonight?
I'll say this. I'm doing pretty well. I know Kenny is doing pretty well because lately, can I just say it, Kenny, for you?
Hit it, brother.
Oh, bro, he's been copping grails, man. He's just been just killing and slanging the game, bro. He's just clanging and banging, as our boy Biggie Shaq would say.
Yeah, and slinging that G, not slinging that D. I've been slinging that G.
Yeah, bro, just straight killing it. So, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put it on you, Kenny, so you can show some stuff off, man. Because all right, what I just showed off is nothing compared to what he's just showed. I showed off just a whole bunch of Hulk spec books because I'm reading Immortal Hulk. This guy's actually killing the game. So, Kenny,
well, just know these are far and few in between type purchases. You know, so
yeah. Poor Mike joining us as well. What's going on, brother?
Poor Mike. Yeah, I picked up a lot of my FF grails, man. The FF45,
nice.
First in Humans at a 4.0. That one was just like the bonus book in the lot because the other three, and you might see where we're going with this. FF50. It's got a ton of that Newton ring stuff on it, which bums me out. But I noticed it doesn't pick up on camera, which is nice. FF50, as Infamous says, the doo-doo brown cover.
Yeah, my brother calls it the doo-doo brown cover.
Everyone's favorite, FF49.
Yeah, that's
4.0.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yep. I thank you for just gracing my channel with these, bro. This is awesome.
And the big boy, man. This one has been at the top of my list.
Wow.
For a long time, dude. And we got the FF48. And I'm, Galactus is my guy, man. I think you've seen I got Galactus tatted over here in this situation because it's my dude. And I finally got... That's the funny thing is, like, these are grails for me. More so for Galactus and Surfer. I mean, I love me some Surfer, but, man, Galactus is my guy. So, boom. Got the trifecta and 45. I would recommend Inhuman books are all on the downslope right now because that TV show was such a flop. But, dude, Black Bolt and the Inhumans shall rise again. Don't doubt that for a second. Shitty TV shows come and go. But I think the Inhumans will endure, especially if I think the MCU will probably take a crack at them. So I think those are good investment books right now. Buy low, sell high, right? Isn't that what they say? So I think you could get in on some sweet Inhuman keys now because everyone's sleeping on them.
I was actually thinking about, because I believe my LCS, they have a first Black Bolt, and it was one I was thinking about pulling the trigger on. Just because I just think it's a cool cover. It's that just classic Kirby,
Yeah.
And then right now, just trying to expand on, I guess, my personal Silver Age collection because I don't have too much Silver Age, so just trying to get more of it. And so it was just one of the books that I saw. I was like, all right, cool. It's not like one of those like, damn, I gotta have that, but I'm like, all right, that would be cool just to add because I'm starting to build my own little Fantastic Four run, because now I have like 53, 54, 65. So
nice.
Yeah.
So much legendary stuff has happened in that early Fantastic Four run.
It's just like pretty insane.
It's so dense with keys in like that 40 to 60, Because what do you got? Black Bolt, Inhumans, Galactus, Surfer,
Ronan,
Ronin,
bro.
Black Panther.
Bro, Blastar. I think he's a cool character. I don't know if you guys know who Blastar is. You check him out. It's got like these guns.
Blastar.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. He's like this animal looking thing with guns. I don't know, like a bear or something like that. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Blastar,
I don't know
baby.
what it is. Yeah, it's cool looking though. I don't know. It's that classic Fantastic Four art. That cover looks cool. But there's a lot of first appearances and I guess a lot of keys in the, especially between Fantastic Four and like I guess for a lot of people Spider-Man, like that early stuff too. Like it seemed like almost every other book was like a first appearance of some sort of villain. So
yeah, like I think mainly his rogues gallery, right? Are there many crossover keys? Punisher is the big one, as far as like just a crossover character that first appeared in Spidey.
Yeah, most of it's Rogue, I guess. You got
Rogues.
Punisher. I don't think you had anyone. I mean, I guess you could say Gwen Stacy, but she eventually is still like a spider-related character, right?
Yeah. Well, what's Kingpin's first appearance?
50. That iconic cover, bro. Him walking away.
Oh, that's Kingpin's first?
Yeah.
The Spidey No More 50?
That's one I want. He's one of my favorite villains that I hope to one day.
Oh, I was sleeping on that. I didn't know that was Kingpin's first. Interesting.
Yeah. Now you're awake.
You just woke me up, brother.
You
just hit that alarm clock on me, dude.
That's what happens here. We got Manny the Comic Collector joining us. What's going on, guys? Mr. Garrell. I don't know if I shouted out Mr. Garrell earlier. Mr. Garrell is the man, yo.
Mr. Garrell deserves 2 shout-outs. It's all right.
Yeah, he's been making a couple appearances, man. So shout out to Mr. Garrell getting on the camera, gracing us, the comic book community, with his presence.
Yeah, man, Rookie of the Year. And Mr. Garrell won a contest yesterday on Boatwright Comics channel. He did a contest where you win. That dude's a legit artist, Boatwright. And
I know a legit artist that's on here in the panel right now.
Who that? Seawood? You good with the pencil?
No, bro, the boy Comic Kid 84. I mean, I don't know if Seawood can draw. I'm sorry if I insulted you, Seawood, because you may be able to draw, my friend.
No, I can't draw a stick figure.
Right, stick figure? All right.
That's why I have to buy and collect art.
Yeah, that's why he buys.
Drop myself.
Oh, we got the big man Biggie Shack up in here, yo. What up, Biggie Shack?
Oh, nice.
AKA Biggie Shack. Yo, Biggie Shack drops the best promos in the game. The best promos in the game. I gotta have Biggie Shack on. Biggie Shack, you gotta reach out to me, man. We gotta figure out how to get you on, bro.
Yeah, man. I might have dropped that little macho head thing, but the best promoer in the game is still Biggie Shack. So you gotta give respect where it's due.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, but your macho promo was great. Were you able to check that out, Seawood?
No.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna send you a link right now.
Oh yeah, you dig pro wrestling, right? Seawood?
Oh,
I saw
absolutely.
you rocking that WCW hat at C2E2. That's pretty sweet when the big boys play.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear that hat like every con now. I literally had people shouting at me like, "Hey, that's where the big boys play." And I'll be like, "Yeah, look at the adjective, play." And that happened like 5 or 6 times on Friday, so that was awesome.
Yeah, Seawood loves him some wrestling, man. And we can talk wrestling all night, man. And we're kind of just like winging this, Seawood. I mean, the last 2 weeks, JB didn't post it, and that's fine, JB, because it's cool. But he started posting me on Tuesday, so I created like open mic Tuesdays on the channel. So it's just kind of like, come on here, we talk some stuff. I guess we can kind of promote what we're gonna start doing, Kenny, with Jeffrey Comic Con Henson. If you want to maybe elaborate on some of that.
I love to. We were thinking, we were in the lab, brainstorming, and we were thinking of reviewing some comics, get into, the meat of what's going inside, sometimes we get in the habit of doing a lot of book flexing, like boom, I got this on hauls. We got to get into the books. So we were thinking of maybe cycling through each other's channels, but having the core three of us stay the same and review basically books of like our favorite characters. So we would on a monthly basis review the Immortal Hulk run on Jeff's channel, and then bring that crew over to Chad's channel, review some Venom, the current Venom run, which is solid. And I'm a big Batman guy, and Detective Comics is killing it right now. I think for our three characters, man, those are three of the best runs on the rack right now. Wouldn't you agree? Venom, Hulk, and Detective.
Yeah, those are probably like the three best.
Yeah, honestly. So, yeah, I think there's something to that. I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
You know, what's funny is I think me and Tony Sanders are supposed to have our own show on the Comic Core channel now, which was decided upon in an insane karaoke and Chinese food experience, I guess. I barely remember agreeing to that, but apparently it's going to happen. So what I was thinking, I still need to run this by Tony to see if he wants to do it, is just like each of us, like maybe once a month would run or something. And each of us would just pick like a storyline we like. Say like Tony picks a good like Captain Marvel storyline. I pick a good like, I don't know, Daredevil storyline or something he hadn't read. And then we read that storyline, and then it'd be the first time that, we read each other. So I'd read the Captain Marvel one, and he'd read my Daredevil suggestion maybe if he hadn't read it. So it would be like he would read it for the first time, and I'd read his for the first time. And of course, we'd probably end up rereading them again, and then just reviewing like 2 story arcs basically per episode, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. I was trying to figure out what we could do, but it sounds like our ideas are kind of similar, which I think is pretty awesome.
JB said you agreed he was there. And also, don't worry, JB, because you did reach out to me and I didn't tell you about tonight. So you're good, brother. Do not feel bad, my friend. You know what's funny? You mentioned that, Carson. Someone talked to me about possibly that happened and trying to throw me in there. But we could talk about that later.
Nice.
So as you're talking about that, I'm like, oh, that sounds really familiar. Someone talked to me about that. They're like, hey, we would like possibly you to join that. I was like, okay, just let me know. So
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's for sure like a 100% thing, but I'm totally in if that's true. So hell yeah. But no, back to what Kenny was saying, I only really chose Venom. I'll say this. He wasn't like one of my favorite characters, I guess you could say, but he's just have now become one of my favorite characters because I've really liked that run. I like that Donny Cates has really given him like layers and that he's kind of like forefronting like the symbiote. And I just think it's an awesome run. So that's why I chose that, I know with Jeff, with Hulk, it seemed, obviously why he's choosing that. And then with Kenny, obviously with his, because Jeff asked me like, who's my favorite character? And I'm like, man, that's kind of hard. Cause like, I'm more into like, and every time someone asks me that, it's so hard. Cause like as a comic book reader, and for the most part, I like to read everything I buy, there's not much in my collection that I have. There is some stuff that I haven't read, of course, cause I have a lot, but for the most part, when I get something, I try to open it up, flip through it and read it. So it, to me, becomes more about the storytelling and becomes more about like, and you can understand this, Carson and Kenny, like it becomes more about the actual, author and writer and the artist, so to speak, and the teams that they put together. So sometimes it's so hard for me to choose an actual character because I feel like I go through phases depending on, what stories that I'm really liking, so to speak. So.
Yeah, I'd agree with that 100%. I mean, there was a while where I was just collecting like only Jeff Johns and Brian K. Vaughan and Ed Brubaker in the late 2000s, and I definitely didn't regret that decision because those guys were great. And they find some phenomenal artists to draw for them too, because usually the best artist either wanted to draw for them or the publishers would be like, this guy's really good, we need to pair him with the best writer.
And I think what's also cool, like I guess good about that is like when you find like a good writer that you like, it really puts you on to new stories and different characters. Because for instance, like everyone else, Donny Cates' train is hot. I didn't know when I first got into Donny Cates that he did a Doctor Strange run. You best believe I went back and read that Doctor Strange run, and it's actually pretty good. And Doctor Strange is not one of my characters, so to speak, but definitely something that I was like, cool, I can get behind this. I can, I dig it. Like, so that's the other thing I like when you get into like a certain writer, it really just opens you up to, different horizons, so to speak. And that's one of my favorite things about comics. I can nerd out on this all day, eh?
Yeah, like me and Dan Slott, like everyone, I don't know, some people have a love-hate relationship with the Spider-Man Dan Slott run, but I personally thought it was awesome. Yeah, exactly. I especially at last issue, 801, but what doesn't get enough love at all is Dan Slott's Silver Surfer run. It is amazing if you guys haven't had a chance to check that out. Like, basically, he's a big Doctor Who fan, and he basically just saw them doing nothing with Silver Surfer. So he just made, like, a Silver Surfer that is heavily influenced by Doctor Who. Like, he has a companion in the book that's really awesome, and he's, he's going to a...
His companion is, like, that girl, that young girl?
Yeah, it's like with the polka dot dress.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
I've
good.
never read that one.
I highly recommend it. There's one issue because his artist on there's Mike Allred, and he kills it on that book. There's one issue like the art is just so ridiculously good, and you can read it like forwards and backwards the same way. Like I've never seen or read a comic like it since. Like I cannot recommend that run enough. I think it's shorter obviously, but I think it's the most enjoyable Dan Slott run I've ever read.
Huh. Is that the same artist that he did like an X Factor? Was it X Factor?
Yeah, it was like the Ecstatics eventually, I think. But yeah, it was the same artist.
Style.
Yes, he does. I really enjoy it. And I think he did a lot of iZombie as well.
Mm.
Shout out to my Miami brother Bake the Snake for joining us. We got another chat in the building. Barry and Kung Fu, what's going on, man?
Kung Fu. And for anyone who popped in recently, much love to the chat. I can't see it because I'm still waiting for my internet to come back. So I'm on a hodgepodge thing with my phone here, so I can't see the chat. So if anyone's been throwing me any comments or something, I'm not ignoring you. I can't see you. I'm just, trying to hold it down with my buddy. Chat.
No worries. You're good, brother. You're good. So, all right, I'm adding Dan Slott Silver Surfer. I didn't even know that he did a Silver Surfer run. So I'm definitely going to check that out. And I'll say this. I did like that whole Galactus Doom thing he kind of did in Fantastic Four. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. His Fantastic Four run has been, besides that first issue, for whatever reason, it felt like filler. But everything else since then has been actually really good in that run. It's probably been my favorite Marvel.
Agreed. Well, I don't know about favorite Marvel, but agreed on. It's been after the first issue I wasn't sure on. But,
yeah.
I continued on after that, and then my favorite part was Doom versus Galactus. Like when that happened, I was like, "Oh yes,
yeah."
Like how come we've never seen this before? And I didn't even think I saw an interview after I read that, like with him talking about that. He's like, we've never seen this before, so I want to give it to the people. I'm like, yo, bro, he's absolutely right. So
yeah, it was so. I agree that was so good. Once the wedding, you have to get the wedding stuff out of the way.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And it was cool to even see that, though, finally, right?
Yeah, that's been a long time coming.
It's just one of those things, like, as a Fantastic Four fan, you're just like, man, it's about time. Exactly, as Carson just said. So,
probably the only other issue I can think of that was like a little bit of a slowdown was like the Fantastics issue, where like there was like the fake Fantastic Four. And it just kind of like he had to have that issue to show why they couldn't just go back into the Baxter building, basically.
Okay.
So that one was a little off. They basically just like, I want to set them up at Yancey Street. It was 4 or 5, yeah. Something like that.
Issue 4.
That one was a little bit off, but yeah, I enjoyed the wedding and definitely enjoyed Doom versus Galactus. That one was really good.
Yeah. So far, my favorite part. I won't lie. For obvious reasons, right? For obvious reasons. And then, how about we talk about Donny Cates? We get a 3-issue break from him on Venom. How do you guys feel about that?
Meaning he's not going to be writing it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh. Who's coming in? Do you know?
I can't recall off the top of my head. Someone in the chat will probably know. But he says he is coming back. I guess he's just taking a 3-issue break so he can start doing some stuff for the event, I believe, that's happening in the summer, which is the Carnage thing.
And he's writing dude, they must be throwing so much stuff at him because he's doing a Silver Surfer
Yeah,
Black.
bro.
Number 2.
I'm stoked for that. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'm super stoked for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Donny Cates has been he's Marvel's best writer right now. I think we can all agree on that. Like, I am not a Venom guy, kind of like you were saying earlier, but I've really enjoyed everything he's done on this Venom run so far. In his Thanos run, I mean that put him on the map. It was so good with seeing future Thanos and current Thanos and the whole cosmic Ghost Rider saga at that point. So that was awesome, but I'm a little nervous about the 3 issues of Venom. I wish, I agree that, everyone needs a break every once in a while, especially if they're getting overworked, kind of like Cates is now. But I wish they just let the book have a little bit of a break. But unfortunately, when you're the DCs or the Marvels, they have that monthly quota to hit. So unfortunately, it looks like we're going to get a few filler issues in this run. So like I said, I don't know who's writing and drawing it earlier. I'm assuming Stegman's probably going to be off the art too, which makes me a little bit nervous because he's been on most of the book.
Yeah.
And the issues he hasn't been on haven't been the greatest, in my opinion, because Stegman is probably also the best artist with Marvel right now, I think. So when he's not on that book, you notice. So if you have no Cates and no Stegman, I might see if I can just get those issues on my pull list.
Yeah, I'm torn if I want to buy them or not. Kind of into pretty much every single point that you were making there, Carson. Just it's going to be filler. It's definitely it's not going to do anything with the storyline that's going on. Of course, you're not going to have Cates on it, and you're going to get some other artists on it. So, and for a character that I can say that I love right now, you know what I'm saying, because of this run, I don't know how I feel about just like filler stuff about it. And I mean, I'll say this, like Batman, definitely, as a kid, one of my favorite characters. When anyone has to know my favorite character and I'll just go Batman as my default. But even right now, Tom King, like, lost me, and I'm still like buying it, but I'm about to pull it off. And the only reason why I'm buying it is Batman. So I feel like obligated to buy it. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. Like Venom to me is, I guess he hasn't got to that level just yet. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I actually think
a little too like that. Yeah, it just feels like it does feel like that Batman run isn't really going anywhere. Seems like he's getting kind of self-indulgent with it right now. Like, it seemed that whole thing of like, is Bane running shit from Arkham? With like when that kind of thread was getting introduced, I was like, that's cool, because I feel like Bane is wicked underutilized. I feel like he's never really like been brought back to the glory of his Nightfall days, because he should be kind of mastermind / brute, But like, yeah, he just is going down this nightmare rabbit hole. Yeah. But I mean, there's some. Whenever this guy Jorge Fornes is doing the art, man, it's like I'm in a mode where I don't even care what the writing is. I'm just blown away by that. The issues that he did are the 2 that I enjoyed. The last one, which was like there was no writing in it; it was just a chase scene, but like a really well done chase scene. Like if you're just using it as a study of an artist doing his thing, and it's it was relying on him to tell the story, even if I imagine Tom King plotted out what was happening, but he had to execute the story to you with his art, and he did, man. It's just like really good. His art is really reminiscent of Mazzucchelli on Batman Year One, perfect style for Batman. And then it's weird, he did it's like every other issue with him, because then the one prior wasn't his art, but then I think the one before that was the issue with the Question interviewing Catwoman. And I enjoyed that one. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, but the book didn't answer anything. That's what I hated about the book. I just feel like that's what's happening, and then the same thing's happening with Heroes in Crisis. It's just like, all right. So I'm just at that point where I'm just like, man, as much as I love Batman, I think I'm pulling that because, as I was saying earlier, it's got to be about the stories. It's got, for me, it's got to be drawing me in. And I just feel like I have just lost that touch with Batman, So, like right now,
is definitely the superior Bat book.
Hands down. I feel like Tomasi's killing it. And I'm super excited to see what he's going to do after 1000, because 1000 is going to have a mixture of stories, correct? So I'll be more
Is my
excited.
camera off, by the way?
Yeah, your camera is off, sir. I was thinking about joining you guys, and we can be like the no camera crew. I can turn mine.
Chat.
There it is.
Shout out to Metarog.
Yo, right? Here we are, no camera crew. All right, we'll show my ugly mug for the people. What up, Ed Dude, for joining us? What's going on, man? Another part of my MCE family hopping in the chat. Appreciate that. So, yeah. So as I guess we promoted that. Carson, you got anything going on this week? You got anything else coming out? I know you had your live show earlier today as you showed off some awesome stuff from C2E2, man, and it looks like you guys had a hell of a time over the weekend. I just want to say I enjoyed the live coverage from the Comic Cord channel. It was one, super entertaining and hilarious, and then two, just made me super jealous, and I got to get out to a con with all you guys one of these days.
Yeah, hopefully a certain karaoke video gets mysteriously taken down at some point. So that happened. But seriously, stay tuned to Chuckload of Comics channel. Chad and I, along with Chuck, of course, we interviewed Artgerm, so that should be up at some point this week. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that turned out.
Good.
Hopefully,
did that audio get recorded and like?
Yeah, it should all be on Chuck's side. So like all the audio and setup that was on Chuck's end. So kind of like the live stream stuff. Unfortunately, like no one brought a microphone to hook up the Chad's laptop. Even though like I thought about way afterwards, like why don't we just take the snowball mic that Chad AOK'd me? Like that probably would have solved most of the problems. But unfortunately, I as you can see by my editing skills in my videos, I am not a technical person because as you can see, I don't edit. Period. So I just don't think about these things. But I guess if we ever do a con like that again, I'll probably just snag that snowball mic in the light and just stupid things like that and take with me just in case. But definitely needed a microphone upgrade on Chad's laptop. So, but
I'm glad you got
Chuck
it recorded,
had tons. Yeah, hopefully the recording came all right on Chuck Loads In, which I'm guessing it did since he ran interviews all weekend, with the exception of one. He interviewed Dave Mustaine from Megadeth.
What?
Chuck did. Yeah. But unfortunately, it was just for them because I guess Mustaine, he tripped over the audio cord when he did the interview. So it cut all the audio out of their recording. So from what I'm to understand, I think it's just going to be a picture on the website instead of like an actual video. But it was super cool that happened. I think he's already put up interviews from Daryl McDaniels, Run DMC fame. So that was one of the first ones that went up. He's already put up one from Ming Chen from Comic Book Men. And then there's another one he put up. I think it was the guy who's giving away a comic shop in Northern Illinois right now. He interviewed that guy and put it up. So if you want like legitimately awesome coverage of C2E2, Chuckload of Comics is the place to go. Because that guy, he helped basically hosted us, gave us a waypoint for the whole weekend for our meetups and stuff. So big shout out to him. I hope that Artgerm interview with Chad and I, along with Chuck, is out soon this week because I know a lot of people have been asking me, like, where's the version with the actual audio? So Chuck has it. He said it should be up at some point this week. So once that hits, I'll put as many links as possible where I can. On the Comic Core channel, we'll be going live Friday. I already posted a link in our chat of a train wreck because I think we're getting ready to have Blaster Stasher to help us recap C2E2 all on one show. And then other people who stayed at the house, we're going to try to get as many people as possible and get their perspectives. I see Discovery Bay Comics is in the chat. Hung out a lot with JB this weekend. That guy is awesome. He started a sketchbook this weekend in tribute of mine. So it was super cool to see, a first experienced con goer there, along with me, and Comic Spectre was with us a lot too. He was a first time con goer, so it was cool hanging out with most of the day with those two guys at the con. So hopefully we'll get him on the show Friday night to recap that as well. And then I've been doing the Signature Sundays thing on my channel as well, where basically I'm just counting someone asked me a long time ago at this point now, like, how many signatures do you have in your collection exactly? Because if you can't tell, I go to a lot of conventions and get book signing that stuff. So I decided just to start a video series every Sunday, just counting these things up. So, of course, I had a C2E2 version at this last Sunday. And then this upcoming Sunday, I'm just going to continue rolling in my short boxes, counting these things up. But so far, I've crossed like 600 and some odd signatures, and I'm to the letter H or I or something like that. So if you like signed comics, definitely check out that video series.
I got a couple. I don't have that many, but I got a few. You know, that's awesome. Well, thank you once again for joining us, guys. I don't know how much longer we're going. I was just trying to.
Oh, no worries.
So thank you, bro. That was awesome. And shout out to the Comic Noob joining us. And I just want to congratulate him live on air because he won a contest on the MCE channel last night, and he won his very first statue, which is pretty cool. So he's got a statue coming his way. So shout out to the Comic Noob. What's going on, man? So, Kenny, I don't know if you lost your camera, your internet, in your house. Soon, before you know it, you're going to lose that Fantastic Four 48. And I'm not going to tell you.
Man. I know I'm losing my mind with this shit. I don't know why. The camera's on my phone. I think because my battery went low on my phone, I think it bailed on the camera.
Oh, gotcha.
I plugged it in. I don't know. But, yeah, dude, I can't get, like, proper Wi-Fi. So I don't know, man. But, you know, I'm still here. You still, you know, you still got the voice.
You were supposed to do an A-OK on your channel after this. I don't know how you're going to do that, bro.
Which is a bummer because I really just want to open it. And it's like I feel obligated to open it and show the peeps. So who knows? That might be a pre-recorded because I don't know if I'm going to have the restraint. We'll see. But, yeah, from my buddy, the comic Smurf. Caleb.
And I'm supposed to be doing a dollar bin diving with him. I'm not sure if that's going to be happening tomorrow, tonight, but we'll figure that out. I mean, I would love to show you guys those books, but once again, like Kenny just mentioned, I feel like, you know, I should show them off there. So, but I did find some dollar books, some awesome dollar books. There'll be some categories. Make sure you guys go check out Caleb the Comic Smurfs channel out because there'll be categories, and based off of these categories, me and him are going head to head. The chat will vote who had the best dollar bin finds. So make sure you go check that out because I think it's going to be cool. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but when I do, I will make sure everyone knows. And I will find my way to all of you that are here in the chat, and you guys will know about it. Not to worry.
Hell yeah. Oh, speaking of categories, and see, it's one book that I would have showed you right now.
Yeah, I feel so obligated to turn my camera off right now. This is great.
something that came in the mail that I just bought was the book that we're going to be doing on the next edition of Graders Notes.
Oh, can you show us, man?
I'd love to. So everyone, close your eyes and picture Suicide Squad #1 from 1987. I think it's 87. Yeah, 1987 Suicide Squad #1. It's that. And if you probably recognize the cover. It's that cover that almost looks like Queen Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, where they got all the floating heads on it.
Yeah, with the floating heads with the black background. So that one, that was this go around was the gray man's choice. And he chose Suicide Squad, which I really liked. I liked that it was a little more of an offbeat pick. So it arrived today. I'm going to read that jam soon. And we're going to do our categorical breakdown. You know, as if anyone's seen those before, we're going to grade the cover, the interior writing, the interior art, and then the overall concept. And yeah, probably next Thursday. We've been doing like a bi-weekly Thursday situation. So.
Now, JB asked a great question. What channel is it going to be on?
If I remember right, this next one is going to be on Genome Presents.
So we got Genome Presents next Thursday. I guess not confirmed next Thursday. Graders Notes with Comic Head 84, your boy the Gray Man, Genome, and Metarog. Correct?
And Metarog. Who, man, if you guys haven't seen that Graders Note show, the last episode, Crisis on Infinite Earth, it's one of Metarog's favorite books, and he really nailed it. So you're supposed to switch, but they usually defer to, I don't want to mess with this technological stuff. Just do it on yours. But I think Genome can pull it off. I think you'll be fine.
Cool. You sounded like a robot there for a second, so you know, bro. We got shout out to Asian. Asian Funk Comics for joining us. Thank you, brother. And then Comic Noob said if he wants me to, he'll unbox his statue that he won on my channel, and it'll be his first full appearance on YouTube. So maybe we can set that up. That might be cool, right? Try to get more people out in the community. So,
yeah. Hey, who was the statue of? I wanted to ask.
It was Hulkbuster.
Oh, that must be huge.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, man, pretty dope. So we will talk offline on IG Comic Noob. Maybe we can set that up. And I do want to mention this. I love you, Biggie Shaq, but I've been noticing he's got to write Biggie Shaq before everything. So
we know it's you, brother.
We know it's. I think it's great though. He's Biggie Shaq, and then whatever he's got to type. Biggie Shaq, you're the man, son. All right. So outside of that, is there anything that you guys are reading? I guess indie wise that you think people should be reading? Because I know we can talk big ones all day, right?
Right. Yeah, I can take that one. I think a couple of the indie books that I'm following are dropping tomorrow. I think tomorrow we get the new issue of Prodigy. Prodigy from Image Comics. I think it's on like issue 4, and also Freeze on Image. Those are two of my favorite Image books. Die, of course, is a great one. But yeah, I feel like the two sleepers that I'm really enjoying is Prodigy and Freeze. I don't know if either of you guys have caught any of those issues.
No, I have not. So I will definitely have to check your recommendation, Kenny, and check those out.
Yeah, my independents so far I've been reading Die, obviously. That's like the biggest independent book probably right now.
Right? I just read issue 1. I won't lie. Yeah.
Actually got all my copies signed by Stephanie Hans this weekend, so that was really cool. What else have I been reading? I think Isola came back. That's been another fun Image book. Some beautiful art by Carl Kerschel, if I remember right. I think he's the artist. I could be wrong. But that's actually been a pretty solid read. Kenny mentioned Prodigy. I mean, that's Mark Millar has been killing it between Prodigy and Magic Order. He's 2 in a row on those. And then Blackbird. The art's been great. The story's so-so. I think we got to reread it since they're on a little bit of a break after the issue this last week or so, just to give Jim Bartel a break on the pencils. So that book's been one of the most beautiful books on the stands, and I'll definitely agree with that. Yeah, and
Blackbird looks awesome.
Yeah,
but the story's kind of weak. I agree exactly with you.
Yep, and then Buffy from Boom has actually been pretty good. So Boom got control of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer license because I guess it's going back to Fox or something. So Dark Horse just let it go and it went to Boom. So they're basically doing like the ultimate Spider-Man treatment to Buffy right now. So it's a fully updated story that takes place in current times, except all the Scooby gang is in high school again, obviously. And it's just been a fun book so far. You can tell they're having fun with it, trying not to take it super serious. Because those Dark Horse ones, I enjoyed them. The finale miniseries was really cool, but I could see like a new reader just becoming very jaded and not understanding at all what's going on. So honestly, that book series needed a big refresh, and I've enjoyed it so far.
Cool. Some of the indie books I've been reading, and I've mentioned this before, I read Shredder in Hell issues 1 and 2, and I absolutely enjoyed them. I think that Turtles run that is happening right now is not getting enough love and enough credit. And it's one of those things I got to start like talking about more. I got to read issue 92 because that came out 2 weeks ago, and I didn't get a chance to read it yet. But definitely shout out to that because that book was awesome. And then I know Kenny, don't hold me hostage here, but I do got to shout out my hometown homeboys, Mad Cave Studios down here in South Florida with Knights of the Golden Sun issue 5, which was awesome. The artwork is still phenomenal in this book. I still love the art. And I love this storyline. It's super, super awesome. I will be talking about it tomorrow on 90 Miles from Comics podcast every Wednesday night. So this is one of the books that I'll be talking about and reviewing. And the other one that just came out with Honor and Curse, which I found out is already in second print for issue 2 and issue 1. But Honor and Curse by Mad Cave Studios. This is like a Shinobi type deal, which is pretty cool. Another book I'll be talking about tomorrow right here on the 90 Miles from Comics podcast that goes live every Wednesday. I hope to see all of you here in the chat. If you guys can in the chat, make sure you guys join us tomorrow. So, but 2 awesome books. I mean, it's awesome because 2 different stories that definitely aren't out there. What's cool about this Shinobi story, it's like about this Shinobi who's trying to become like top in his class and whatnot, but he's actually, I guess, has been born with like the dragon demon inside of him, and like his powers are kind of being unleashed without his control. So it's kind of cool. I would definitely say if you haven't read it, definitely check it out. And Knights of the Golden Sun is just a cool story that takes place between the BC and AD times and uses kind of like biblical stories and kind of like uses its own twist and spin on certain things, but super, super cool read with awesome artwork. So I would definitely tell you guys, check those out. And if you guys haven't checked it out, like I said, that TMNT run, and I know you're a big TMNT guy, Carson. So I don't know if you've been able to check out some of the more current issues as of late.
Yeah, I've been actually, because it got AOK'd to me twice, I ended up reading Shredder and Hell, and that one was a lot of fun. But I'm catching up very slowly on the ongoing through the hardcovers. I think I'm going to keep collecting it through those because they're really nice. IDW definitely knows how to make a good hardcover, so I'm going to try to collect it through that.
No, for sure. I agree. I was actually, I guess you can say AOK'd a volume 1 of the original Turtles hardcover, like the oversized one.
Yeah, like the TMNT Ultimate Collection.
Yeah, man, super cool, man. And that's
that one's awesome.
Yeah, man, one of those things that I was like, what? So as a Turtles fan, like, shout out to my boy Joe. I don't know if he's watching, but he's the one who gave it to me. So thank you, brother. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. Those hard covers are that they put out super cool, super dope. And I guess I was collecting the trade paperbacks. I didn't even know. I guess my shop didn't order the hardcovers of the actual current Turtle run, so I didn't know that, man. So gotta check those out myself. I have just the single issues. I don't know why. It's just one of those things about me. I'm like, I gotta know what's happening now.
No, I became the same way with like The Walking Dead. I when that series first came out, I was collecting it through trades. So I got like the first 7 or 8 trades, and then eventually, like, I was reading them so fast, like, I gotta get the newest issue. So I was like, I think it was starting with like issue 30. So I collected that issue 30 through basically 100, and that's the way I read The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's how I started Batman New 52 with trades, and then that kind of happened to me. Got caught up, and then started collecting, and then I really started to like collect books, and I just went back and just searched for every single, and I found the whole run eventually. So
nice.
I started same way with New 52 Batman, just trades, and then I don't know, the collecting side of it is just so much more fun. Nothing better than digging through boxes.
I agree.
Kenny, you still with us, bro? I know your camera ain't back. I haven't heard you, bro.
I think I'm here.
Yeah, you think you're here? Yo, shout out to John's Comics with Kids joining us in the chat. What's going on, John?
What?
Yeah, what? John?
What?
John's got the best contest entries, man.
Yeah, bro, that video was great, wasn't it? And Biggie Shack, I got this mic a while ago. He asked me when I got my mic. So,
hey, I've been interested in those Mad Cave books too. Between the two, is there one that you prefer? Do you prefer the Ronin book or the Knights of Golden Sun book?
I will say, I mean, it's kind of hard because the Honor and Curse is only 2 issues in, where Knights of the Golden Sun is issue 5, so the story's already like,
oh right,
pretty like we've dove in and like cool shit has already happened. Where I think Honor and Curse, like, it's getting there, and like, I've seen some cool stuff, but I want to see where the story develops. So, I mean, I guess if I had to choose right now, I'd say Knights of the Golden Sun because there's more of a story going on. But I do dig Honor and Curse. Like, the first issue definitely intrigued me, and the second issue wasn't bad. I think it was definitely setting up more of like the love story that I guess you can kind of see that they're displaying here. So it was definitely showing, like, I guess you could say the the B story of what's happening inside the comic. So, but no, I dig it, man. One thing for sure, it's something different that I think that they're doing. And then the next book that I know that they're putting out there, because we've had Chris from Mad Cave Studios on, the show with us, that the next, because I didn't know they did, well, he had told us about it, but I didn't know they had already gotten it this far into production. But last year they did a talent search across the country for a writer and an artist, and they're trying to give them like a platform to get out there and stuff like that. So the next book that comes out will be the two people that won the search. So that's kind of cool, because right now the writer on all the books is the guy that owns the publishing company called Mark London. So he's the one that's writing the books right now. So now they're starting to branch out and start to put out different writers and artists and stuff like that. So I don't know if that answered your question, Kenny. My bad. I went off there for a second, and we might have lost him. I think we lost. Yep, it's cool. You know what? It's all good. It is all good. Well, I mean, other than that, man, I don't know if I have anything else, Carson. We already hit an hour, and I don't think I want to ramble on too much and bore the people. So thank all of you for joining us in the chat. I want to thank you once again for joining us, Seawood. This is awesome, man.
Anytime thanks for having me.
It's an honor, man. This is super, super cool. I want to thank Comic Kid 84 for being here as well. I hope his internet and that whole situation gets situated. But I will mention I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. That's the number I put out there that I'm going to do my first giveaway at. I know I'm not even close to it yet, but help me get there, guys. If you're not subbed up yet, make sure you do that. The longer it takes me to get there, the more stuff that's getting added to the prize. So I already have a awesome novelty gift set that's been donated. It is comic book themed, not to worry. I also have a Batman Damned issue 2 donated by Comics Misexplained. So we already have that. I also have a Batman New 52 Joker Pop that's been donated to it. And I also have a couple first appearance keys that I'll be throwing into it. I'm not telling you what those are yet. So make sure you guys help me out. Let's get to 500. Let's get somebody in the community an awesome gift. And like I said, the longer it takes me to get there, I'll just make the prize bigger. So shout out to Kenny. Welcome back, brother.
It happened.
What, the internet happened?
My internet happened. Oh, my other username's still in it. Oh, my phone's still in there.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Well,
I was just getting ready to sign off, and I was doing my whole road to 500. I got to actually shoot a promo video. I got to
get him to 500.
I got to get dressed up and everything, So
500. Yeah.
Yo, Carson, the moment this ends, you have to go check that promo out.
Oh, I definitely will.
So, but Kenny, thank you for joining me as always, man.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
No, man, it is all good. Are you gonna do your A-OK now, or what's up with that?
I don't know. I'm so traumatized from this internet thing. I don't know.
All right. No worries, brother. Take the night off, man. You did enough heavy lifting on my show, so thank you, brother. Don't worry about it, man. So, but thank you two for joining us, or joining me, us. Thank all of you in the chat for joining us. You guys are awesome. We will see you guys soon. And make sure, especially tomorrow, because Detective 1000 is coming out. I don't know if you guys as LCSs are doing midnight releases. Mine is. I could actually go and pick mine up in an hour and a half. But make sure tomorrow you go pick up your books, people. So until tomorrow, catch me here tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. We'll be reviewing books from last week. I'll be showing you what I picked up tomorrow. Until then, have a good night and go get your books, people. Thank you guys for joining us. Oh, I guess you can show them off. Go ahead. We'll end it on that. Show them off one last time, bro. Killing the game, Kenny.
You know when they say people have new money? I got like new Grail money, like so I gotta do things like that because I've never had books like that before.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Peace.